Well, here at the Monarch Public House in Fountain City, Wisconsin, sitting here kind of just looking around this morning and thinking about the history of the place. It's been here since 1894. It's the oldest continuous server in the state of Wisconsin, which is saying a lot for Wisconsin. A lot of history, a lot of tradition. And part of that tradition has been the number of people that have worked here for us since we bought the place and started restoring it in 1995. As a matter of fact, the fellow behind the camera today, John Eliason, worked here when he was in college. Isn't that right, John? Yeah. Well, you can say okay.
Yeah, it was great.
Life goes on, and now John is working with me as we put these bits of memories together, more stories about the tradition and the history of Fountain City and the Monarch Public House. As I mentioned, the Monarch's been here since 1894, and in the background is the original bar, back bar, and we've got the original tables and chairs from the 1800s. Very unique place. And speaking of unique, I'm sitting at a table that we had made out of one of the old patterns, which was used during the time when they made the lock and dam system on the Mississippi River. And pattern making was a very important piece of work back in those days. Obviously no computers, travel was a little harder, and what they would do is they would make an exact duplicate of a metal part out of wood to very exacting standards, and when they needed a new part, when the part would start to wear down, they would send this by train or whatever worked at that time to the foundry, and they would make an impression of it using this pattern, pour the molten metal in, and then grind that down until it exactly meets the specifications of the pattern. Send the pattern and the part back, and then use the part and save the pattern. Back some years ago, my friend, the local fire chief, Virgil Schaffner, whose family has been here for many generations, came to me and said, hey, you know, they're burning all of this stuff down at the landing. And we went down there, and sure enough, here's all of these patterns and everything. And we managed to save some, and my friend Steve Heiser, whose family has been in the area for many generations as well as farmers, is, I should say, an expert at welding and fabrication. And he took this wooden piece and turned it into a table. And the table has a place for your feet, you know, to put a leg up while you're having a pint. And he did that using his 1938 John Deere bender, which basically means he took the tire off of his 1938 John Deere tractor, bolted a piece of straight pipe to it, and drove forward and created a circle. Now that's using your head. Use your head. Come on over to the Monarch Public House. We'll tell you more stories next time.